So here's the other question. Talking about Donald Trump. Who the hell is voting for Donald Trump? This is a genuine question. Now, again, I would rather be talking about policy and the disagreements that I have with Hillary Clinton on her economic and her foreign policy. But and I want you to think about this. If this election was held today and Donald Trump loses or wins by 1 point, by 2 points, that means that there is a large enough contingency in America that appeals to Donald Trump appeals to, for him to either win by a little margin or lose by a little margin. And as much as I disagree with Hillary Clinton, what scares me more is not Donald Trump, but the number of people in America who buy into his insanity. And you could dismiss that. That's fine. Go for it. But when I see people and I see the type of people and I see the type of attitude and I see the type of bigotry and I see the endless depth of their bigotry, I mean, it is not something that we can ignore. You don't have to be terrified of it. Doesn't mean you have to vote for Hillary Clinton, but it also doesn't mean that we should ignore the reality that half of America honestly thinks that Donald Trump is a legitimate choice. And in reality, we really have to question, is he even stable? And what's scariest about this is take Donald Trump off the table. 4 years from now, this party could double down on stupid and go even further and find somebody even worse. Because the Republican Party is no longer under control. They are completely shattered. They are broken. Donald Trump broke it, and Donald Trump now runs it. Matter of fact, with Paul Ryan today, Donald Trump has already said that he's not quite prepared to endorse Paul Ryan or John McCain in their races. So this is a party that's run by a madman. And I really want to open up the lines to anyone who doesn't think that Donald Trump is a madman. Now, nobody's going to give you a better critique of Hillary Clinton than me. But at the same damn time, that does not mean that we can afford to be silent on the insanity that comes from Donald Trump and his supporters. I can't. You know why? Because every person that made it their life's mission today to disregard the life of Corrine Gaines and to disregard the life of her son and just completely dismiss their humanity, every single one I checked was a Donald Trump supporter. Yes, that's anecdotal, but it can be applied on so many different levels. So we are stuck between. I mean, if you believe like me, we're stuck between a rock and a worse place, right? But I can't honestly. So who's voting for Donald Trump? Because according to the data, that Hillary Clinton is now outperforming Donald Trump with white educated college grads. You know, Mitt Romney, let me see if I can recall this data real quick. So Mitt Romney actually beat this group, beat President Obama in 2012, 51 to 47% with white educated, white people with a bachelor's degree. And at this point, Donald Trump is now losing to Hillary Clinton in that group. So now you don't have the white educated people, but you do have people making over $72,000 a year. You have people with the national average, the median income is about $50,000 a year. So you have these people are wealthy, but not necessarily college educated. I'm just trying to get a picture of who these people are. And actually, I don't even have to do it. Somebody already did it for me. Who said this? I think it was I want to say from The Daily Show, the new guy on The Daily Show. He said that basically the Donald Trump supporters are all Joe the Plumbers. If you remember Joe the Plumber from the 2008 election, where he was an independent contractor business owner, not exactly the most intelligent, but he started a business that helps him make enough money to make above the median income in America. and they make all this money and they're upset because of the taxes they have to pay to the government, and yet they don't trust the government, but they're appealing to the government and they want to make America great again. This is the kind of the caricature, and this is actually what it fits into. This is the dynamic that it fits into, ultimately leading to the question of who's going to be left after this election for the Republican Party, because they don't have the white college graduated voter anymore. That's going to Hillary Clinton. I mean, all you have left, I mean, what does that leave you with? It was already a lily white party. You know, I think the African-American vote is like 1% with the GOP. I mean, they're losing amongst Hispanics. I mean, they're losing in but this is a major party. This is not a third party. This is one half of our broken two-party system now is losing and hemorrhaging their educated base, and all that's left are basically Joe's the plumber, whatever the plural would be. This is fascinating to me because I believe that and I've been saying it for the long time. I've been saying it since last summer. Go look at the videos from last summer. This is a realignment election. Because on the one side, you have Hillary Clinton completely abandoning the progressive base, trying to appeal to the Republicans. And she's doing so to particularly that middle, that college graduate white voter. She's winning that now. Mitt Romney was beating President Obama in that. She's winning that now. Hillary Clinton is winning that now. So she is plucking away that base, but it's not enough for her to be above Donald Trump in a significant, comfortable fashion. She's only up by 4.4%. It's so again, back to the fact that I think this is a realignment election because Hillary Clinton is pulling over the GOP officials, people who abandoned the party. She's pulling over GOP. She's bringing over former. They're either not voting, they're not publicly endorsing, or they're coming over to Hillary Clinton. So she's getting the former GOP party players, which is changing the dynamic of it's going right into what I think the DLC always wanted to be. It's changing the dynamic of the Democratic Party, shedding the progressive base. And on the far right, you have a Republican Party who's losing all of their educated voters, who's losing all of their women, right? Not by a much larger percentage, but they're losing women now. And they're losing Hispanics. They've always lost African Americans. Who's left on the right? If the leadership and the aristocracy of the Republican Party is all going to Democrats, we're going to end up with one party, one national party that is credible. We're going to end up with a neoliberal globalist party where progressives are shut out and right-wing conservatives are shut out. And you're going to have one party. And it could go in so many different ways, but in a lot of ways, we're seeing a realignment. And it's brought to us in part by Donald Trump and how ridiculous he is and how he has broken the GOP and how we're now at a place where we're at a place where the only thing left in the GOP are really going to be the people who believe Donald Trump is a viable candidate. And you actually have to sit down and question what are their what is their mindset? What are they honestly thinking? Do they just want us? If you just want to see the world burn, I get it. But you cannot look at me with a straight face and say that you believe that Donald Trump has what it takes to not cause chaos in our global system. You probably believe that a global system is broken and that the role that America plays in it is broken. I get that. But there's a difference between having a broken system and having a system that's full of chaos. And I just don't see anyone being able to argue to me that you could look at Donald Trump and see him as a rational actor that should be the leader of the free world.